on Musical Radio 1 with one of the finest Welsh artists. She's unsigned, and she should be. Can you please introduce yourself, please?
Well, Mark, I'd be glad to. My name is Dawn Sandells, and I'm here just outside Swansea in Pontedilais. I'm ready to open a pub in an hour, so this is going to be a quickie but a goodie. I hope so.
Oh, well, we're good to hear. We're here, and thank you for your time, by the way.
Brilliant.
We want to talk about Mama's Kitchen. It's getting a lot of raves at the moment, and it's getting a lot of raves because a lot of people in the world are playing it. America are playing it at the moment. And also, how did Mama's Kitchen come about? And what is Mama's Kitchen?
Oh, do you know what? This song has been something of a godsend to me. It sort of arrived to me on a plate. It was something that I plucked from the sky. I wrote it in 20 minutes, had a little fiddle with the lyrics, but it's just something that came so naturally, so organically. Mama's Kitchen is about a hub, a hive of activity surrounding the kitchen table in your parents' house. And each verse represents a family member. So it's not just a family member of mine, it represents the elder. It represents the brother. It talks about people have gone away to Afghanistan, fighting needless wars. It talks about hard-working sisters, which is me, by the way, because I didn't have a sister, so I talked about myself.
Well, you actually talk about the third person in that song.
Yeah,
and that's what we liked about it, and it's got that reggae, but it's an up-to-date reggae. Does that make sense to you?
Well, I hope it does, because that was something I was aiming for. I've always loved reggae, don't get me wrong, but it's not something I would say I'm a reggae writer. But this is how it came out, and this is the way it was, you know. So it's not just reggae. The chorus turns into swing.
Exactly,
so there's not many people that would sort of think, oh, a reggae swing, how does that work? And it just worked. It was just something that came out of the sky, fell into my lap, and it just works the way it is.
And it's absolutely amazing tune, and it's an uplifting tune, and I'm thinking this time about with coronavirus, etc. And we're going to talk about that in two shakes. With coronavirus, the world needs an uplifting tune. Now, I'm going to mention how has coronavirus affected you as an artist and also a band?
Well, I mean, the list is endless. I think the music industry has been hammered by coronavirus. And I saw a lot of opinions and memes and things like that on Facebook saying, we need nurses, we need this, we need that, but we don't need artistry. And I thought, well, hang on a minute. Well, shut your Netflix off then. Shut your radio off then. See how well you're going to get through all the lockdown without any sort of art form to get you through it. So it was something that, yes, in practical terms, maybe we could have done without music and film and all other forms of art. But in reality, it as humanity, we need it. And I think Mama's Kitchen as well would resonate with people now because we were all separated from each other.
We were
removed from this family hub.
Sorry for interrupting, can you just tell everybody where they can actually download this tune? Because it is an amazing tune.
Oh, well, thank you, Mark. You're really kind. It's available on iTunes, YouTube, you can subscribe. Deezer, Shazam, Spotify. Not that we like to recommend Spotify on Spotify playlists. Not for artists anyway, but certainly iTunes. And there's my website as well, www.dawnsandells.com. And there's a little shop there where you can buy it, and I could have it mailed out to you as well as a hard copy. Yeah.
Can you also spell out your name for people who haven't got a pen at this present moment in time? and no, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Just spell out your name so they can actually write it down. So I'm going to give you 2 seconds at this present moment. So please, Dawn, spell your name out for them and where they can
Spell
get
it out loud
Yes.
and proud. Dawn, D-A-W-N, Sandells, S-A-N-D-E-L-L-S. Sandells.
There you go. And you're a legend. Now, you've been compared to Bonnie Tyler and also Janis Joplin. How do you feel
wow.
about that?
Well, it's always nice having a nod in that direction because they're great artists. I almost feel a little bit embarrassed. I don't think anybody can compare to Bonnie Tyler or Janis Joplin. I'm fans of both, by the way. Yeah.
But who
wow.
would you compare yourself to? Who were your influences? When you were a youngster, who were you listening to? And what records did you buy? What was the first record you actually went out and bought to influence you into music?
Well, what influenced me in sort of, black music was a big influence to me. R&B, funk, soul, Motown. And I think Smokey Robinson came on the radio, and I was gutted to find out it was actually a boy singer, not a girl singer. But I just loved it. And my first record, it was a tape. My parents used to collect green shields. Remember those stamps from the garage?
I'm too young.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, well, this is just, Anyway, so they had this tape, Randy Crawford tape. And I wore it out. I just listened to it to death. I love Randy Crawford. So she was my way in, really, initially. And then I started opening out into the blues artists much later on because I was singing blues before I knew what it was. Yeah, so, I got many artists.
Go on, who's your top
Etta
three?
James.
Go on, top three.
Writing-wise, Bonnie Raitt.
Oh, yeah.
Singing Etta James and Aretha Franklin. Yeah.
And she's a genius, though. She was a genius, isn't she? And she was an absolute artist. And you were talking about Stevie Wonder. Now, Stevie Wonder is hardly played on radio at the moment. But I don't know why. But he's done collaborations with Elton John and great mouth organ player as well.
Stevie Wonder is a massive influence to anybody who writes. And anybody who sings and anybody who plays. He's on everybody's playlist, I would assume so.
Well, we actually found out that he actually played on the Eurythmics. He played the saxophone on that. He's also done Elton John.
It was harmonica. Melodica,
Harmonica. But he's done a lot with artists. And the other thing is, how do you feel about Elton John? Now he's turned his life around, and also he's actually now supporting artists like Dua Lipa.
I love that record. I just love it. I love that they've taken Sacrifice, kept the bones of that song, but added Dua Lipa. But what I like about Dua Lipa as an artist as well is her grooves, her bass and drum grooves. So I love the mix. I absolutely adore that record, and you cannot keep still. I've got to get out of my chair immediately.
Yeah,
okay, I can't promise you I can put on any kind of choreography.
Yeah, it's
but
like
it's nonetheless.
It's like the 70s riff back, isn't it?
Oh, it's just fabulous. But I do like the groove. It's all about the groove for me. But and that one is a great example of taking old, new, and making it fresh.
Now, if you covered a song, which song would you cover and why?
Oh God. Well, I do cover a load of songs. I think the most recent is Sam Cooke, The Change Is Gonna Come.
Beautiful.
I do play that with one of the bands that I play with, Stringfellows, with Ray Taff Williams on guitar. And hopefully I can do more of a piano-based version as well in the future. I just love it. I love Terence Trent D'Arby's version of it. I love Sam Cooke. And that would be seminal, really. A seminal song used at the right time now, especially because now we're going forward through all of this horror show. It's the promise of another day coming,
Again, can we just ask you where these people can listen to your music and download it? Give your website out, please.
Yeah, no bother. Well, hopefully you'll hear it on your radio show.
Yes, we'll tell them again. Okay,
so you can Download it on iTunes. It's on YouTube. It's on all the streaming sites. And you can buy it hard copy from www.dawnsandells.com.
And it's going to be an absolute amazing. Now, before we go, you've got a new song coming out. Am I right? A little whisper in my left ear said...
Well, I'm writing my next record.
Yeah, but don't tell anybody. But is it going to be better than Mama's Kitchen?
I think so. The new thing is always the better thing, you know, because you you put that idea to bed, you tuck it in, and then you move on to another morning. So the new songs are always the ones that reflect what you're doing at the moment. And the new record will be more introspective. The first, Mama's Kitchen, I played with a lot of world rhythms. I love rhythm. And the band that played on it were absolutely fabulous. Luke Evans on guitar, he's such a great intuitive player. He layered all the guitar parts and such a fabulous young player. The drummer, Jim Russell, who's played on a load of people's records, he works with Paul Young. Bob Geldof, he's a great drummer, Jim Russell. He played on the record. And of course, Andrew Wall Coughlin, whose birthday it is today, by the way. Happy birthday, Wall. I'll see you later, hopefully, or at least speak to you. And of course, he produced it and played bass on it. Well, the record wouldn't have really been finished if it wasn't for his belief in the project. It's brilliant experience recording it. But that was that, and this is now, and I'm writing now a song. Well, I've recorded it. I just need to finish it off. Go Where the Wind Blows, and it's about a friend of mine who took his own life a few years ago. A dear friend, a friend to a lot of people, very kind gentleman. 29 he was, and it's something that we never really got over. And this song sort of tries to make sense of and forgive them for leaving this world in a state of anguish.
Yeah, mental health issues.
Mental health leaving issues. You with all the questions, you know. Yeah,
mental health issues are important to us here at Musical Radio 1, and we always say, if you want to reach out to us, please do. And also, I know there's a lot of people that want to talk to you. And Dawn, you're dead right. With mental health, who somebody is taking their life, and it takes 1 second, but it takes 2 seconds for you to use your ears, not your mouth, and please observe what Dawn has just said. It just takes that moment. You could change your life. Dawn,
yeah,
you're an absolute amazing person. Will you come back to us and we could do an unplugged session with you, and we could do a 2-hour show?
That will be grand. I won't say no.
I know the landlord is not too very good at the moment. He's probably got an hangover.
No, let me just explain a little bit about the landlord. When I came back from London, I was sort of scratching around looking for work. A teacher I am, as well as a singer. And I was a landlady years ago for a pub in Llanelli in South Wales. And,
I love Llanelli.
Yeah, well, I'm in Pontarddulais at the moment, returning to a place where I'd worked 20 years ago behind the bar. So I sort of help with the running of the pub now, because one thing led to another, and of course, getting through coronavirus. It's the Wheat Sheaf, Pontarddulais, the Sheaf. It's the best pub in the world, and the landlord's very sorry he can't speak to you this morning because he's not very well at all.
Oh, we'll get him back on another day. One thing is, what's the name of the pub? So if you're down there in South Wales, please go and visit it. And the name is
the Wheat Sheaf, the Sheaf.
The Sheaf. Go and check it out, and I'll be down there pretty soon and having a glass of lemonade with you. How about that?
A glass of lemonade?
Well, Dandelion the Burdock then. I'll go with that one. Thank you, Dawn, and we'll catch up pretty soon. And we're looking forward to this new music.
Oh, thank you so much, Mark. I really appreciate it. Enjoy, everybody. Mama's Kitchen.
And please do. And don't forget,
dawnsandells.com.
And check it out and download it, and no doubt you're going to get some t-shirts on that website soon, so they can all go out and wear the the t-shirts with Mama's Kitchen on. Would be good, wouldn't it? There's a bit of marketing for you. Thank you for your time, and
Thank you.
And have a drink on me, please.
Oh, I will, Mark. Don't you worry about that.
All right.
Take care.
And
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheery, bye.
Bye-bye.